Hawkeyes. Also brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. And by U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
Good Sunday afternoon. Welcome back into Welsh Ryan Arena for the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Day number 2, as we've got some ninth place brackets going on right now. And then we will have consolation semifinals, 7th place matches, and then the rest of the 9th place brackets. We have Iowa's Joey Cruz out on the mat right now. Cruz getting knocked off in the wrestlebacks last night. Dropped down to this tournament. Got a bye in the opening round, so he is wrestling against the number 13 seed Kalen Riley of Illinois. Defeated him 13-3 in the dual meet this year. They are taking 9 automatically at 125, so Cruz has to win this tournament to automatically punch his ticket to Philadelphia. Over on mat number 1, we've got a pyramid, 2 mats on the near side. Mats 1 and 2, same spot as they were yesterday. Mat 3 is centered on the other 2 on the far side of the arena, right in front of the Big Ten Network table. There's Cruz in on that shot, that sweep that he likes to hit. Gets it elevated, trying to dump Riley down. Elevates it up high, reaches across, trips him down for the 3. Hawks sitting in 3rd place as we start today's session. We will talk about that a little bit more as we work into this session. Right now, the other match at the 125 9th place bracket, the 7th seed McCrone of Ohio State, a 6-3 lead against Navarro of Northwestern. Winners of these 2 matches will wrestle each other after the 7th place bouts to get that automatic spot to the national tournament.
Well, we got to get past this guy here from Illinois first. There's a 1-point escape. What's his name?
Kalen Riley.
Kalen Riley. What score when we wrestled in the dual meet?
13-3. They also wrestled last year, I think it was down at Lindenwood, and Cruz won 16-2.
He's out to a 3-1 lead here. 20 seconds to go in the first period. This is a new day, a fresh start. Everybody's feeling good coming into this day, just kind of refreshed. A lot of buzz, a lot of talk.
Cruz in on another shot, this time head to the inside. Short time here, and it looks like he's not going to be able to finish this, so it will be 3-1 at the end of 1. Cruz's choice, he will defer. Riley's going to go underneath. After 1, on mat number 1, Iowa's Joey Cruz leads 3. 1 pound allowance today, right?
What's that?
Is it a 1 pound allowance?
Yeah, I believe so. Had a good talk with Tom Ryan when I walked in the door earlier today. We watched that special on him last night on the Big Ten Network, and if you didn't get a chance to see it or haven't seen it yet, what do they call those things?
On the mat.
On the mat thing with Tom Ryan. If you go to Big Ten On the Mat, I'd highly recommend looking it up and watching it. Very inspirational, and about a really bad accident that he had a couple years ago, and he's recovering from, and some things that he went through, and just talked about lots of different stuff. I've known Tom forever, and he was in the room when I came in the room, and used to go out and do camps and clinics for him out in Hofstra for probably 3 years in a row, and used to go out in the ocean and go fishing all the time on the boats. Charter boats. That was a lot of fun. Talked to Kemmer for quite a while. Shane Sparks. Just made the rounds this morning. Everybody's just kind of happy, in a good mood.
Yeah.
Shane Sparks gave me a sun drop here this morning.
I wondered where you found the sun drop at.
He asked, do you like sun drop? And I was like, well, it's about the closest thing to Mountain Dew besides Mountain Dew. I guess you got Mellow Row, but Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's a big sun drop fan. He goes, well, let's toast to a sun drop. So he got me out a sun drop. He got one, I got one, and we did some cheers to a sun drop this morning. So I haven't had one since I was a kid, but okay, let's go. And he was saying that yesterday was just crazy. And then, like, he made a good point. As soon as, all these people on the internet and everybody with predictions and stuff, they think they know wrestling. Yesterday was a proof that nobody knows wrestling because you don't know what's going to happen, especially this time of year.
Cruz putting on a good ride here, but Riley to his feet. We're unable to get him back down, whatever we finally do, but right as they go out of bounds. 44 seconds left, second period. Cruz leads 3-1. He's got 1:41 of riding time. 13-3 is the lead for McCrone over there on mat number 2.
He won.
Zan Fugit wins over on mat number 3, 17-2. Well, this is big matches here for these guys to automatically get in and not have to wait to see if you can get a wild card. Especially when you look, Cruz lost to Weand, the number 11 seed from Michigan State. So Weand gets to the top 8. He actually forfeited this morning, so he'll finish in 8th, but he automatically qualifies. Well, that takes away one of the spots. So Cruz, as the 5 seed, had one of those qualifying spots, but he's got to be able to wrestle these 2 matches. And these don't count towards the team score at all. So you're doing this for yourself and your opportunity to go to the NCAA championships. Cruz gets called for stalling as they don't get him returned. 11 seconds left.
Yeah, we keep letting this kid get up to his feet. We got to do better at breaking him down and bumping him forward and returning him quicker, but not let him get to the feet and then not be able to return him. Here he rolls on us, and he catches us in a headlock here, but
we still have a hold of the leg. Short time here in the period.
Stay behind.
And Cruz will get the ride out.
Nice job, Cruz. Great job. So he's up 3-1, and he has 2:22 riding time. He's going to choose down.
So 4-1 with that riding time. See what Riley wants to do, if he wants to try turning him or if he's going to cut him. Cruz up to his feet. Hand control out for the escape.
Great job. See how fast he come up to his feet and how great of a job he did at lowering his level and sagging his hips and getting hand control right there. That was picture perfect stand up and escape for Joey Cruz right there.
We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Struggled wanting to go underneath, and he did what he's supposed to do. 4-1 is his lead.
There you go.
Another
Nice.
shot
I was
to the
literally
inside.
in my mind thinking, don't stop wrestling here. Get back to your offense. And right as I was thinking that, bam, sweep single.
Dumps him
and
down
and
gets 3 more.
Takedown right there. Nice job, Cruz. And that's what I'm talking about. Don't go on the difference. Just because you're up 5-1 and doesn't mean you put the ice skates on for the third period. Stick with what got you there, your offense. And he hit it just perfect. And it just completely takes this kid out of the match.
Is the lead for Cruz. McCrone does win on mat number 2, so assuming Cruz hangs on to this lead, he will take on McCrone. That was one he got a couple of takedowns early, but then had a hard time in the bottom position in the third period, gave up a couple of stall points, lost 6-4. 30 seconds left. Duck attempt right there by Riley, but he just got down to his knee and we down blocked. And we get back in on another shot. Head to the inside, reaching across to that far ankle, can't get it. Riley doing the splits. Trying to re-elevate it. Switches off to the other side, driving through and gets the 3-point takedown right before the period ends. And that'll make it an 11-2 major decision. Doesn't matter for the team race, but that's big for Joey Cruz, just getting that confidence. He's going to have another big match coming up here in just a little bit.
Who's he going to wrestle?
He'll wrestle McCrone of Ohio State. Well, as we come into today, Penn State leading with 145 points. Nebraska 118.5. Iowa at 98. Minnesota 91.5, Illinois 81.5, Ohio State 79. Penn State has 6 in the finals, 4 still alive in the Wrestlebacks. They scored 21 bonus points yesterday. Nebraska, 4 in the finals, 5 in the Wrestlebacks. They scored 26 bonus points. They did have a team point deducted from that Pinto match. The Hawks have 3 in the finals, 5 in the Wrestlebacks. They scored 15 bonus points.
How many Nebraska score?
26. So 11 more bonus points than us, and they're ahead by 20. Minnesota, 3 and 5 respectively. They scored 13.5 bonus points. Illinois, 2 in the finals, 5 in the Wrestlebacks, scored 9.5. And Ohio State has 1 in the finals and 7 in the Wrestlebacks.
You have Cannon in the finals?
Yes. And they scored 15.5 bonus points. So that is where we stand. Hawks going to have to put some work together if they want to.
I was talking to Tom
catch
Ryan
Nebraska
beforehand, and he was telling me about Cannon, and he said that kid is good. Like, he is really good. He's the first time getting into the lineup just a few weeks ago. His first match actually in the lineup was against Askey of Minnesota, who he had in the semifinals.
Okay.
And he lost to him 9-0. And he just turned that around with a 10-3 victory.
That's impressive.
That's a big turnaround within a couple of weeks here. And he said that nobody knows this Cannon yet, and he's going to surprise a lot of people. I mean, this Kasich in the that he has in the finals for Penn State is tough.
Yeah.
But he said this Cannon's he's a stud. He's only a freshman, too. He said he just has to continue to keep building his confidence, but he could be a national champion for sure, he said. He's the one that knocked off Miller from Maryland 9-2. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't a close match.
And then he beats Askey, who he just got beat by 9-0. He beat him 10-3.
As we work through these ninth place bouts, let's step out, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more from Evanston and the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his true blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
This is Leah Pesha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier, for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's gonna love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-335-2299. That's 800-335-2299.
Now, back to University of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling.
Welcome back to Welsh Ryan Arena, the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, and the one and only Chad Beatty making his way up here.
Hey, y'all.
We worked through these
Morning,
ninth place
Beatty.
brackets.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Good night last night.
You came back with the LA 28.
That's right. I told you.
You did.
I had the Paris last night, and I have LA today, so turning a page.
There you go.
We're ready to move forward, aren't we?
Now, before we get too much into conversation with Chad, let's take a look at our Hawkeye Women's Wrestling update presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located just minutes south of Iowa City. Hawkeye women go back-to-back, 3 individual champions, and they win the team title at the NCCWC National Championships over second-place North Central College. The Hawks looked like they were struggling.
Right?
It was
Wasn't
tight.
it tight?
It was tight after the semifinals, I think it was.
And how many individual champs did we have last year?
What did we have, 4 last year, I think?
I was going to say 4 or 5, right? And
Yeah.
this year we had 3.
We had 3.
Yeah, it's called Murderer's Row.
Yeah, right? Those 3.
Those 3.
I mean, Schomburger sent me some stats on that.
Unbelievable, I bet.
They outscored their opponents, just those 3 girls, 150-2.
They gave up 2 points. What the heck?
Macy Kilty got it taken down
World
one time.
champ.
So 47. Macy Kilty outscored her opponents 47-2. Kennedy Blades outscored her opponents 53-0, and then Kylie Welker outscored her opponents 50-0.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, they're all 3 world champions. If you have 3 world champions on your team, you're going to do okay. I would imagine. And an Olympic silver medalist.
Oh yeah, just that too.
That too.
No big deal.
So.
I still say, I remember, because we did a stream for the second match at Carver in January.
Okay.
And I can't remember which team it was, but I think it might have been Augustana. But Kennedy Blades came out, and it was like she got double leg to the back for 4. Double leg to the back for 4.
Yeah.
And then she locks up and does her suplex. And, like, as she's suplexing, the girl's just, like, laughing. Like, oh, my God, I'm getting suplexed by Kennedy Blades.
Yeah. That's becoming – what a signature move. What a signature move by Kennedy Blades is a suplex. Like, that's incredible. That's not an easy thing to just get on people.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
But she's so long that she can get that leverage. So
you know what I like the most about Kennedy Blades? She's always smiling.
Yeah. Smiley, yeah.
She is just always smiling.
Yeah.
She just loves to wrestle and loves to be a Hawkeye and loves to go out there and just get after it. I've never seen anybody smile as much as her.
On the mat.
She always has a smile on her face. Yeah. And then it's like Steve and I were listening to it on the computer yesterday, watching it on the computer 2 days ago, Steven.
Yeah.
And the announcer was like, "Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm calling like, Kennedy Blades.
Kennedy Blades looked at me. She knows who I am."
That's funny.
It was kind of like the first time I wrestled, or when I was broadcasting when Beatty was wrestling. I was like, "Oh my God, Chad Beatty's out there! He heard me say his name."
Right? Yeah. As many broadcasters probably have that same feeling.
I mean,
sure.
Whenever you meet Paul Beatty, you just know that there's greatness around.
That's right.
So
it's in the family.
his son's
you know?
got to be that good.
Okay.
Hey, I got to go to the bathroom now.
Yeah. So
we made him sick to his stomach.
I do have to make a moment.
Oh, that's good. That is too funny.
Well, again, that's our update for the Hawkeye Women's presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Located just minutes south of Iowa City, they are proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Women's Wrestling. Thank you to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort for your partnership with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Speaking of Hawkeyes, update from Lincoln right now. The Hawkeye men are taking on Nebraska. The men need to win this game to qualify for the Big Ten tournament. They're only taking 15 of the 18 to the Big Ten tournament.
You're talking basketball.
For basketball, men's basketball.
All right.
Hawks up 40-35 at halftime. So
good for them. I know it was hard to watch the women get beat the other night by Ohio State because they got beat. Number 2, they got beat by Ohio State. But they're a tough team. They're still going to make the tournament, right? And
last I saw, they're projecting them maybe as a 6th seed. So that's
okay. So
here's
it's
not
the
a
thing.
number 1 or 2 like they were the last 2 or 3 years, but still.
Yeah. I mean, I have high hopes. I hope they do really well and can continue on the trajectory that they're on. And just like this tournament, the Big Ten tournament is a qualifier, and they did what they needed to do to get to the next event. And the results aren't out the window. Obviously, you take knowledge about your past opponents moving forward into the next competition, but you can change some of those. You can change some of those outcomes and those results, like we saw yesterday in that semifinal round.
Yeah,
at the Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Like, holy cow.
How crazy was that round?
What a crazy
last night.
round. And I didn't even really get to watch all of them because we had guys going and I was, on the floor taking pictures and stuff. But, like, it was pretty remarkable how many, honestly, how many Penn State guys went down.
Yeah.
Starting at 33, right? Was it 33? No, not 33.
33, he got beat earlier.
Yeah, he got beat earlier.
41,
41
49,
Bartlett.
Van Ness.
Yeah. So.
And then Messenbrink got taken down for the first time this season.
Oh, really?
That was the first time he's given up points other than escape points all season long.
Good. I mean, darn.
So, but
yeah.
Mark and I were talking last night. I mean, it just kind of shows, like, there is this reverence, and everybody, coming into this tournament, it's like it's going to be a fight for second. Everybody is assuming in 2 weeks in nationals, it's going to be a fight for second. It's Penn State and then everybody else, which it is, and they've still separated themselves.
It is.
But they are still college humans.
They're human.
I mean, they're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
and I think,
23, 24-year-old.
Yeah, and I think that gives the rest of the nation kind of hope. Like, okay, these guys are really, really good. And they are extremely explosive, good athletes, and also they're beatable. They're beatable.
My wife just was listening a little bit.
Yeah.
Chad sends his best, honey.
Yeah. But I think it's a good thing for our guys, for every team out there. Like, hey, you got to shoot your own shot. You can't be crippled by other people's results and their pedigree, you know. So, which is hard to overcome sometimes mentally.
And that's something that Tom and I talked early in the year about. Some of those similar types of things. Of it's not necessarily mental aspect or trusting this, that, or the other thing. Like, it's just knowing your ability, knowing that you can hold up for 7, 8, 9 minutes, whatever it's going to take, knowing that you've got the offense to get to this point. So just trust that. Go out, believe in yourself, and don't let other things kind of start attacking and taking away. And that's a hard thing to do because it is mentally tough. It's physically tough, but it's also mentally tough to go out there and wrestle hard for 7 minutes against the top guys in the world.
Yeah, and I think Mark said this, and he's not here to say, yeah, I did, but I think he was the one that said it's really hard to go out there and you're on your own for 7 minutes and to put it on the line. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of grit, and the guys that do it at the highest level, that's what an incredible thing.
Yeah.
So you just got to believe that you're one of those guys.
Yep.
And I think, personally, it took me several years to actually start to believe hey, I can win some of these tight, tough matches. I believe I'm good enough. For me, it didn't just come overnight, and I know that that's true for some of our guys on the team too.
Yeah.
But I wish there was something where you could just snap your fingers and you had total belief and total trust in yourself. But it just doesn't work like that.
No,
it just doesn't work like that.
I mean, I never played collegiately. I did football in high school, and it was probably halfway through my junior year where mentally it started to click a little bit, and I'm like, this isn't as hard as I think it is. This isn't, so much. And obviously when you're talking wrestling, that's different. You're talking at the college level versus high school, it's different. But still, it starts to sink in with you oh, hey, I can do this. I do belong here. I do have the ability to stand in here and do these things. I don't have to take a backseat to somebody. And once you start to get that belief, then the sky's the limit.
Well, and I think we're starting to see that in some of our athletes on the team right now. I think you see it with Caliendo. I think you see it with Drake Ayala. I think you see it, glimpses of it with Cruz, and I think that, and definitely Buchanan. But you see it with these guys, and their wrestling has gotten better because of that self-belief and that self-confidence. And it's really good. It's powerful, really. So
your brain is your most powerful weapon in your body.
Yeah, we always talk what part of wrestling is mental, what part of it is physical. Is it 50-50, is it 60-40, or is it 90-10? And a lot of these athletes that we are watching this weekend, they're all almost the same or close to the same athleticism. They're all D1 athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Some work harder than others. Some have a better mental capacity than others. And I think those all three of those things matter.
I was just talking to Kemmer right before I came up here, actually, and he was talking about how yesterday was just a crazy day. A lot of upsets and stuff like that, and just talking about how this time of year is fun. Like, this is the most fun time of year because you just don't know what's going to happen. And I was literally just telling that same thing. I said that whoever comes out on top this time of year is who has their mind in the right spot. Their mind, it's like a mind game at this point. Who has the confidence and has their mind where it needs to be right now and is laser focused and is relaxed and ready to go. Your mind controls everything right now, and obviously your nutrition as well too. But a lot of the learning techniques and conditioning factors of the sport, I mean,
that's done.
You can gain a little bit now between here and the Nationals, but not a huge difference maker.
Well, I think you could lose a lot more. Like, I think the guys that do it right, they can stay where they're at or gain, like you said. But I think other people, if they aren't disciplined in these next 2 weeks, they can lose a lot on the competition.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that our staff is going to be talking to our guys about. Like, hey, this is definitely the time to buckle down. Like, even Tom was talking to the team like, hey, people are getting sick right now. You need to be really smart about who you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be going to big events where there's a lot of people. I would be staying home. Almost like a bubble, like we've experienced before, right? But it's like, hey, that stuff matters. We don't want to be sick. If we can control not being sick, we should do that.
Yeah. Well, this week at the media availability, Matt Nelson does a great job of sending that out. So I went through and I actually pulled a couple of clips in case we had some downtime. One of them, somebody asked Coach Brands about some sports psychology stuff, and this is what he had to say about it.
I think you're talking about sports psychology there, and that self-talk is important. Definitive statements about yourself that are positive, controlling the crazy, the negative, that input. It's negative, and just being able to take a deep breath and make it positive and talk to yourself positive, and nothing matters except for what you control. I mean, nothing matters out there. It doesn't matter whose opinion of who you are is negative or not. I mean, go out there and do what you do best and put the naysayers on the side. It's about sports psychology, and it's about being at your best, and it's about peaking. Peaking is a mindset. This time of year, you want to be at your best. It's important that you're at your best. In order to be at your best, you don't just start that self-talk and that sports psychology now. It's something that, you were introduced to as a young kid, and however disciplined you were, or however much it made sense, you pursued it that much. And as you get to the higher levels, it becomes more and more important, and it's got to be part of your game.
There you go.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you can't even say it better than that.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So.
Well, and that, too, I think, Mark, everybody talks about peaking, and, it's, we're going to do a little mini peak here and back and this, that, the other thing. But, like Tom says there, it's more the mental side of things. Yeah, you want your body to be right. You want it to be fresh and ready to go. But you want to believe that you're in that spot. So that's where that mental side really plays in, so that you know that, okay, I am peaking, even if you're not feeling 100%.
Yeah, it's really important. Your mind, like you said, your mind controls everything. And, I just saw something, I don't know, within the last day or two, the difference between, someone that's tough and someone that's not. Is someone that's tough can get themselves up when they don't want to be up, but the thing is, though, is like, this is the freaking Big Tens and Nationals. How are you not up right now? It's like, this is the time you should need zero zilch. If anything, you might have to take some NyQuil at night to be able to sleep, to get some sound sleep, because you're so excited. And that, honestly, gosh, now that you even say that, I remember, this is a true story. I remember going before the Nationals my junior year, I could not sleep. I was so excited. I finally, you know what I started doing to fall asleep? I used to put Don Williams on. Don Williams was my man. Like, I love Don Williams' music, and it was just so calming, and just I just really, really like his voice, and it's soothing, and it's calming, and it would literally just calm me down and make me feel just relaxed, and it would put me to sleep. That's what I would do, is I would put Don Williams on so I could fall asleep at night, before we left to go to the national tournament. And I specifically remember doing that for 2 or 3 nights in a row because I was so, into, thinking about my wrestling and the matches and so excited to get there.
Yeah, like that. You're like a horse in the gate.
Yeah,
before
exactly.
You're like, I just want to run. I just want to run. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like if you're used to training really, really hard and just really getting the most as you can every single week, and then all of a sudden you got to back it off to make your body feel good.
Yeah.
It's like you go bananas. Like, it's like you feel like you're not doing something right, and in your back, and it feels wrong almost, but it's right. And I remember, Gable was really good about making sure we backed off and our bodies were feeling good, but it felt like we were doing something wrong, and we weren't. We were just trying to peak and get our bodies rested and ready to go, so that when the time came to step on the mat, like you said, Chad, it's just like the gates open and just poof, you're ready to go. The horse out of the stable, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. I wish I had more of that because I was hurt. So every time coming to the Big Ten tournament, I was like finally progressing into a way where I was back at where I was before. I didn't ever have that kind of lull of getting your body right, because I was pretty fresh, the rest of my body, other than my one injury. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely had that other feeling where I couldn't sleep, and I was ready. I was so excited to wrestle someone other than
the people in the
Rick
room.
Loera or Jay Borschel, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to wrestle someone else and beat them up, but
Was Borschel tougher with or without the mustache?
with for sure. It's a lifestyle, Grace.
Yeah, I know it.
Do they still do? Does Tom still do the individuals between Big Tens and Nationals, and have them come in and do maybe 2 guys on one, someone fresh, and just short and sweet hard workouts, and you're out of there type of stuff?
Yeah. So he'll still do individuals, and we did a little bit of that before Big Tens here, but he called it a team individual. So we have a lot of staff and Hawkeye Wrestling Club guys that are in the room, so we're able to, and we have 6 mats now. So you can kind of spread it out, hey, starters are out, other guys are not, or you're in a group of 3, and the starter's rotating on these guys, or the 2 guys are rotating on the starter. So we did that last couple week ago or last week or whatever, and that was really good. And just putting guys under the gun, those individuals. I don't know what you remember from them, but what I remember is it was focus on scoring.
Yeah, 100% focus on scoring.
It was all about score as many points you can, either on the bottom position, top position, or neutral. And the goes are short. They're intense. Yep. And like you said, the guys that are wrestling you are fresh. Which is really, really hard, even if you're way better than him. Yeah. If you're
bringing someone fresh in on you, they were hard. Those individuals were some of the hardest workouts.
Yes. And
then Gable would always put us on which I don't know if you still have wheel runners or not.
Oh, yeah.
But Gable used to put us on those wheel runners afterwards for hard conditioning.
Yes.
And then when you're done with the workout, though, you were pampered and spoiled. They'd bring in fruit.
Yes.
They would have good food there to eat for us, and it was okay, get your body ready to go. But you were only in there for an hour.
Yes.
But that hour was it was intense.
Yeah. I think Terry said it the last time we were in there. It's a total tax on your system. Mentally, spiritually, physically. Those individuals are a complete tax on you. And you have to be so dialed in, or what Terry would say is on the stick. You have to be so focused on what you're doing right now to get through it. And they were praising our team last week, hey, you guys, that looks really good. You looked really good in these workouts. And that's a testament to their strength and their fortitude. I think we're in a good spot. I'm excited to see what today holds, and I'm excited to see if we can get past Nebraska today. But have you guys looked at the analysts of like the breakdown of like points possibilities for these teams? Because we got Penn State's at 145 right now. Nebraska's in second at 118.5. We're in third at 98, and then Minnesota's behind at 91.5.
I mean, I think.
And then Illinois is behind them. But
we would have to basically win out, and Nebraska almost. I think our max is right around 30.
30 additional points,
roughly. I was kind of thinking through it in my head, and ballpark 30. It might be a little more, a little less.
Mathematically, we could still get second.
Mathematically, we could get it,
but it would take a lot. Not just for us to wrestle as best as we can wrestle, but it would take a lot of Nebraska having to really not perform very well.
Do you have the matchups in front of us for the finals?
Yeah.
So I know that, like,
and Drake's got Bird, who he beat 4-2.
Yep.
That's a tough matchup.
Caliendo's got Messenbrink.
Yep.
Who he's never beat. And then Buchanan has Jacob Cardenas. He beat him at Nationals last year.
Cardenas is big.
From Michigan?
Yeah. Buchanan was at Oklahoma, and Cardenas was at Cornell. He beat him 9-4.
And then who does Nebraska have? Because we don't have any head-to-head.
No.
0 head-to-head there.
Losing 49 head-to-head last night really hurt.
Yeah, so they've got Smith against Lillidahl at 25.
Okay. We don't want either one of those guys to win. How does that happen?
33 he forfeited, so they're not going to get any points there.
Okay.
Hardy has Vombauer from Minnesota at 41.
Oh, and that was that upset, right? And he's kind of a long, lengthy.
Hardy beat Mendez.
And Hardy made the 2 upsets. That bracket fell apart, 141.
Big time.
I mean, the two finalists are going to be wrestling each other for third.
Two
in the Big
national
Ten.
finalists.
Two national finalists are going to be wrestling each other, probably more likely for third at the Big Ten championship.
Incredible, right? Yeah. I mean, that's how tough this tournament is.
Yeah. Lovett has got Webster of Illinois.
So Lovett will probably win that.
Which Webster upset Van Ness.
Yeah.
Because
that's a freshman. He's a true freshman, right? And they pulled his red shirt.
Webster? No, he's been here. He was a freshman last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Taylor has Miller, the 1 seed from Maryland, but he hasn't had a great tournament.
No, he was a 1 seed just because he was undefeated.
Yeah.
And he didn't wrestle anybody because the guys that were ranked didn't show up, didn't walk the walk.
Mento medically forfeited, so they won't score at 65. Pinto has Haynes at 74.
Okay, so I see they have 2 winnable matches, and then they have most of their other ones are.
Allred has Smith.
Okay, that's a tight match.
And then potentially Arnold. McDaniel has Bronigal.
So this could come down to Gabe Arnold beating a Nebraska guy head-to-head.
And then they don't have a heavyweight, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, to me, if, like you said, if we wrestle well and Nebraska doesn't wrestle to their, maybe their seed, we could be all right.
They're definitely close the gap.
They're gonna win a few of those matches though, for sure. They're also gonna lose a few, so it's interesting. So the round that's happening right now, this is all round of 9, the 9th place matches, and we're at heavyweight here. So after this round, is it going to be 7th?
No, they'll do
another
consolation
round?
semis.
Consi semis.
And then they'll do all the 7th place, and then they'll finish out the 9th place brackets.
Got it. Okay.
So speaking of that, let's take a quick timeout here. Make sure we don't get too far behind on those. We'll be back with more from Evanston right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, get ready for the game with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're excited to bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Enjoy fan favorites like Easy Eddie and Citrus Surfer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to Carver? Go to BigGrove.com and enter for your chance to win Hawkeye tickets all season long. Or join us at any of our 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon, where you can get out of the cold and enjoy warm hospitality while watching the game. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes, all season long. Go Hawks!
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his true blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his true blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire, at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
This is Leah Pasha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's gonna love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Hey Hawkeye fans, this is Monica from Monica's. Randy always told Chef Sal and me that family comes first. So I'm here with my son to invite you to stop by before or after your favorite university event. We are proud of our Hawkeye coworkers, including Sal's daughter Miss Sarah, and hope you know that if you are headed to Carver or Hancher, our awesome food, full bar, and Monica's family await. We hope to see you soon. And what do you say, Meyer?
Go Hawks! Shop Grand Appliance for a hassle-free appliance buying experience that includes Iowa's best selection of brands, unbeatable prices, and knowledgeable sales, delivery, and install experts that can simplify every step of your purchase. Need it fast? Grand has thousands of appliances in stock every day and can deliver and install faster than those other guys. Experience the Grand difference online at grandappliance.com or in person at their Davenport or Cedar Rapids showrooms. That's Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Now, back to University of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling.
Welcome back to the Windy City in Evanston, the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, Chad Beatty working through the 9th place bracket semifinals. Then we will go to the Consolation semifinals. That is the losers of the semis last night against guys that have wrestled through the backside. Winners of those matches will wrestle for 3rd place later this evening, and the losers will wrestle for 5th place. As soon as those Consolation semis are done, we will then wrestle for 7th place, and then we will finish out these 9th place brackets, and then we'll be done until 4:30 when we come back on for the final session where we will wrestle 1st, 3rd, and 5th place at the same time.
You want to go through these Consi semis?
Yeah. So at 125, you got the top seed Ramos of Purdue will take on the 6th seed Moran of Indiana. And then the 8th seed Rivera wins by medical forfeit over the 3 seed Peterson of Rutgers. So no match there.
So that's going to be Ramos for sure. I mean, Ramos, that was an upset yesterday, I think, a little bit, but maybe not. I mean, Lillidahl is pretty dang tough, but Ramos, I mean, we all Iowa fans know him pretty well, unfortunately.
He just hasn't looked good this tournament, though. I mean,
he's looked good all year, though. How many losses did he have on the year? Does it say his record?
Who's that?
Ramos.
24-1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty consistent in a kind of a volatile weight, really, because they're kind of all over the place. I mean, Lillidahl's lost a few matches, too, this year, right? So I think he was definitely the favorite coming in.
Yeah.
Who did he lose to? Anybody know who he lost to coming in? 24-1. Lillidahl only lost twice this year.
I think his only loss. I think that includes their record here. So I think he was undefeated coming in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ramos will definitely probably take care of business on that match here.
133, you've got the 9-seed Buzakis of Ohio State against the 5-seed Shaver of Rutgers. And then the 4-seed Davis of Penn State against the 3-seed Brown of Maryland. Davis has been banged up a little bit. I think that's why he got the 4th.
Yeah,
because he missed.
He's missed
middle.
and he's lost a couple matches. And Buzakis, he's known for his motor. He really goes hard. But
Shaver's impressive, though.
Yeah, he is. He's tough. I mean, he was a Big Ten champ last year.
Yeah, he's tough.
I remember he very wrestling savvy, like a really high wrestling IQ where he knows his positions. Even against Drake, I still felt like we were threatened later in that match, and then Drake just stepped on the gas and really put it away. But
that's what we need to do, and that's what I was happy about Drake.
He looked good, didn't he?
He didn't let the third period. He didn't skate the third period. Nothing. He stayed on it. And that's a difference maker, man.
Yeah, just with his little fakes, and then he would get in on attacks, and he did a really nice job last night.
At 141, the 6-seed Oliveri of Rutgers will take on top-seeded Bartlett of Penn State. His first loss of the year was to Vombauer last night in the semifinals. And then the 2-seed Mendez of Ohio State will take on the 5-seed Limley of Michigan.
Okay, now Limley, we remember that name, right? Real Woods faced him last year, and Schriever just lost to him a couple rounds ago. So, yeah, I mean, he's tough, but Mendez he's the real deal.
Limley hasn't looked as good
this
year, though.
You're right.
It's not like he looked when he beat Real Woods by any means, you know. And I just don't know what happens there, how that happens or what. But he's not that same wrestler right now.
He could be hurt. It could be outside factors maybe. But
yeah, there's some. He's definitely not the same wrestler he was when he wrestled that night he wrestled Real at
for
all.
Sure. Yeah, but then you're going to see a matchup of the national finals like we talked about earlier with Mendez and
then it could be a matchup of the national finals in 2 weeks in Philadelphia. You don't know.
Exactly right.
At 149, the 6-seed Clark of Rutgers takes on the top seed Van Ness of Penn State. And then Iowa's Kyle Parko will take on Dylan D'Amelio of Ohio State. We won that one 8-3 in the duel. So
yeah, I mean, Van Ness is tough, and I hope Parko gets a chance to put his hands on him again.
Yeah, I do too.
I think because if we remember back to that duel, that was a one exchange match, right? Like he got near fall, takedown to near fall, and it was like a 7-point move. But
he took us down on the very first whistle of the match, the first 2 seconds of that match, he was in us and took us down.
Yes.
We got out immediately.
Yes.
And then took him down.
Yeah.
And then after that, though, Parko just got so tired and he was out of the match.
Yeah.
And that was very uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah,
but
sure.
he just was not ready to go off that first whistle. But but he did come across and take Van Ness right back down, got himself back into it, and then just kind of
got out of position and gave up that big move.
It went south from there.
Yeah. So I think Parko, he like I was mentioning earlier, his mental game, he is very confident and he's excited to wrestle. And I think that Lovett match last night was rough on him because I thought he was going to continue. I think he thought he was going to continue on the trajectory he's been where he hasn't lost to him. But now he's got to bounce back with a little adversity, and I don't know what else motivates you more than getting to see Van Ness again. So.
At 157, the 6-seed Blaze of Purdue against the 5-seed Askey of Minnesota. And then we talked earlier about the top seed Miller of Maryland against the 3-seed Taylor of Nebraska.
Well, we want Miller to win that match and help us with the team points. Miller's tough, though. I mean, he was pretty stingy in that Tiber match. He just stayed in really good position. He's a strong kid, right? He's big-chested and kind of barrel-chested and strong. I think that's what Tiber struggled with a little bit, getting past his head hands.
165, the 8-seed Mayfield of Northwestern will take on the 4-seed Montanona of Michigan, and then the 5-seed Sparks of Minnesota against the 6-seed Skulls of Illinois. Montanona had 2 falls in his first 2 matches, 30 seconds and a minute 29.
Wow.
And then he takes Messenbrink down right away and then gets tech fault by him. So
And then that Sparks, I mean, Caliendo had some tough matches with him, like close matches, and then this last time they wrestled, he kind of blew it open. But he's tough for sure.
174, Patrick Kennedy will take on Carson Harchla of Ohio State, the number 2 seed. And then the 12 seed, John of Maryland, against the 7 seed, Bronigal. How about John of Maryland?
Yeah.
He gets tech-falled by Kennedy. Otherwise, he has beaten, the 5 seed? He lost to the 4 seed, and then he beat the 6 seed and the 8 seed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, he's wrestling anybody but Patrick Kennedy. He's looking good.
Yeah. And Klarsla, we want that match back too, right?
Yeah. Lost 7-3 in the duel.
Lost 7-3, but I tell you what, I didn't think Klarsla looked like the normal Klarsla yesterday when I was watching him.
I was really surprised he got beat by Bronigal.
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, that result is surprising. So hopefully Kennedy how good has he looked? I mean, he wrestled Levi Haynes very well.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him when I was down there in the camp before we came up. Like,
dude, you look good.
You did. The first match against Penn State, you looked really good against him for the first 5 minutes, and just got tired, and match got away from you. Last night, you looked really good for 6 minutes and 58 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
and I would say the lax was at the beginning.
Yeah,
I thought he got stronger. I thought he got stronger as the match went on.
I mean, he still needs to find a way to take him down, but
yeah.
Levi didn't have a lot for Patrick either, you know. Patrick wrestled him really well and really tough, and nobody could really get much going, but Patrick just somehow, some ways, and the same thing with Karshla, he has to find a way to get to these guys' legs and take them down. He has to find a way, and he can't just straight forward. He's got to get on ahead. He's got to,
In that Haynes match, there was times where he had angles, and because I was sitting right next to Matt's side there, and there was openings, and he just didn't go. He just didn't fire.
Well, that's
and I'm
what
like, man, that high crotch is there. Oh, you're missing that. But here's the thing: it's this quick.
Yeah, if you see it, it's too late.
Exactly.
You got to go before it's there.
Exactly.
You got to know it's going to be there.
But I thought he looked much improved. As I think Kennedy looked much improved, and I'm excited for that Karslow.
And that's what I told him too. I was like, "Hey, you closed the gap." I said,
Big
"Sometimes
time.
you can't just measure success on a win or a loss. A situation like that, you'll still lost, but we closed the gap there."
Well, what we were saying, we were talking about put yourself in position to win the match. And every match that we lost so far, we were in position to win the match in that first round or second round, right? So that's important. That matters. If you're not in position to win, you're not going to win. I mean, I guess you could, right? You can throw a guy and pin him or whatever, but
not ideal.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
That's right.
184, the 3 seed Allred of Nebraska against the 5 seed Jackson Smith of Maryland, and then Gabe Arnold will get Edmund Ruth from Illinois. That was a 5-1 win in the dual meet for Gabe. So
all 4 of those guys are really solid wrestlers.
I told you we could see another Arnold.
Did. I remember you saying that. Who do you think is going to win that match? Allred or Smith?
I think Smith.
I do too.
I really do.
He's stingy.
He is.
He is
He really, really is.
And I like the matchup with Ruth. We handled him pretty good in Carver. Ruth looked good yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
But I don't think he's consistent.
He was Big Ten champ last year. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But
talk about up and down.
Yeah, he is not consistent enough. And I think Arnold is. I saw him in the back room, and he looked very focused, and let's just hope he wrestles.
197, you've got McDaniel, the 7 seed from Nebraska, against the 5 seed Bronigal of Illinois, and then the 4 seed Salazar of Minnesota against the 2 seed Barr of Penn State. Salazar, I don't know. He's another one that looked really great last year, and then it's just kind of been up and down this year. He's gone up from 84 to 97. And
I was surprised Bronigal – didn't Bronigal beat him? Is that how he got there?
Beat Salazar?
Yeah, Bronigal beat Salazar 10-4.
Yeah, that's a surprising result.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And then heavyweight, Ben Keeter gets Feldman from Ohio State, who he beat in the dual meet, and Luffman of Illinois against the 3 seed Heinzelman of Michigan.
Man, we got to be ready to go for that match. Feldman is tough. He stays in good position. Keeter is so strong, though. I hope he can outlast him and get to that single again. Get to the legs, Ben Keeter. Get to the legs.
Feldman wrestled Gabe Gable Stevenson actually decent last night, and that Feldman, he's good, but we proved that we can beat him again. Here's the thing about Keeter. Keeter has an opportunity in front of him today to do something really, really great.
Yes.
For one, to beat Feldman twice in a row, that's an enormous accomplishment for him. That's a statement, like you said. And then to have a chance possibly at a rematch with Luffman from Illinois.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a great day for Keeter. It really could.
What a springboard into the national tournament.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of wrongs he could set right in these two matches today. A lot that he could do. A lot of opportunity in front of him today.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Hawkeye Wrestling brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Hawkeyes Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Also, a quick peek at our U.S. Bank scoreboard. Going to focus on men's basketball today. They're up 9 with just under 13 minutes to go in Lincoln over Nebraska, 57-48. U.S. Bank, a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're in it with you for the good stuff and all the hard work it takes to get there, because together there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. We've got Parco in the hole on mat number 3, so still a little bit of time before our next Hawkeye comes up. Let's step out for another commercial break. We'll be back with more from the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa Wrestling.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Times are still tough, so we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hey Hawk fans, ready to elevate your game day experience? Introducing Daydreamer Cannabis Infused Beverages. Made locally in North Liberty, Iowa, Daydreamer is your all-natural, low-calorie lifestyle beverage made with real fruit. It's light, healthy, and alcohol-free. Just what you need to keep you relaxed when the game heats up. So grab yourself a Daydreamer. Sip local and dream big. As always, enjoy responsibly. Visit us online at enjoydaydreamer.com.
This is Jordan Suckafetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
It's time for big fun in Coralville. This is Mayor Megan Foster inviting you to join us Saturday, March 29th for the annual 4th Fest Basket Auction at Brown Deer Golf Club. Starting at 2 p.m., view baskets brimming with gift certificates, treats, unique specialty items, and more. Bidding begins at 3 p.m. and you can take home your favorite gift basket. All proceeds go to 4th Fest, Coralville's spectacular summer family event. Let's make it bigger and better than ever at the basket auction on Saturday, March 29th. Check coralville.org for details.
Hey Hawkeye fans, this is Monica from Monica's. Randy always told Chef Sal and me that family comes first. So I'm here with my son to invite you to stop by before or after your favorite university event. We are proud of our Hawkeye coworkers, including Sal's daughter, Miss Sarah, and hope you know that if you are headed to Carver or Hampshire, our awesome food, full bar, and Monica's family await. We hope to see you soon. And what do you say, Meyer?
Go Hawks!
Shop Grand Appliance for a hassle-free appliance buying experience that includes Iowa's best selection of brands, unbeatable prices, and knowledgeable sales, delivery, and install experts that can simplify every step of your purchase. Need it fast? Grand has thousands of appliances in stock every day and can deliver and install faster than those other guys. Experience the Grand difference online at grandappliance.com or in person at their Davenport or Cedar Rapids showrooms. That's Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Now back to University of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling.
Welcome back to Evanston, Welsh Ryan Arena on the campus of Northwestern University. 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships starting to see team points get added again as we are into the Consolation semifinals. Mat number 1, Davis of Penn State, an 8-2 lead in the first period over Brown of Maryland. Mat number 2, Buzakis of Ohio State, a 1-0 lead over Shaver of Rutgers. And mat number 3, Bartlett of Penn State, no score with Oliveri of Rutgers.
Yeah, I was at the break here. I was like, hey, that Nebraska kid just got beat for, 10th and 11th, just a qualifying spot. I'm like, hey, that's good for us. And then Steven was like, Beatty, they don't score points. They're out of the bracket. Oh, that makes sense.
But it could be good for us if he doesn't make it to nationals, because then that's less points he scores there.
Hey, that's right. Well, if he's in the 10th place match in Big Tens, the guess is he's probably not going to score a lot of points for us at nationals, but the Big Ten is tough. The Big Ten is tough. Yeah. So, yeah, this match right here in front of us, Buzakis and Shaver, that's a good one.
Buzakis,
honestly,
second.
Yeah, all these matches are
the
great.
Second Ohio State wrestler that was involved in a potential slam.
That's
Godsky
right.
at 184, I
That's
think it
right.
was, got disqualified.
And that was right before him.
And then right after that, Buzakis had an injury default, but they reviewed it and determined that it was not a slam.
That was a wild few minutes there.
Yeah. How about Nebraska losing a team point in a match they won?
Does that tell you anything about their staff?
It happens.
It happens.
Mark, knock it off. Do not stand up for that.
But that was the Pinto match where they had a long review, long discussion, and waved it off. And then they had another one at the end that they reviewed it and confirmed it. So.
Yeah. It happens.
It does happen, but it's always interesting.
Well, if it happens to Iowa, I'm okay with it. But I'm not going to justify Mark Manning's behavior.
Yeah, it's hard to justify sometimes for sure.
Seriously.
No.
You don't hear it up here, but I go down there and I'm listening. I mean, I
tell you, for years.
My goodness.
The
worst
worst
stuff he says.
coach to listen to would be, in my opinion, in the Big Ten is Manning. But now I think Alex Clemson has it topped.
Did you?
I am giving Mark, and I'm giving you guys a look right now because holy cow, you are right. That's hard to listen to.
Yeah,
like it's
not hard to listen to and watch.
It doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Like the things that he's saying, it's like, dude, you need to sit down because.
Yeah,
I didn't think you could top Manning, but Clemson's done it.
Yeah, he's done it for sure.
Did you hear the Oak Knoll memory at Carver when we wrestled Nebraska?
No.
I can't remember which match it was, but Nelly made sure to include me saying something about Manning's going to cry about that, not surprising. Played in the arena while Manning's there.
That's amazing. Good for Nelly. He's so good at his job.
I love Nelly. He's great.
If you guys don't know,
travel dad.
Yeah. If you guys don't know who Matt Nelson is like the team photographer, or not photographer, but videographer. And he is awesome. He just does such a good job, and everything that you see online, that's all Matt Nelson. with the video side of things. And then we have photographers and stuff that do other stuff. But, yeah, he's
Nelly is very,
so good.
very creative.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's fun. He's witty. Now, what's this about here? I saw that there
Buzakis,
was he had a cradle locked up.
Well, so he was getting ridden. He switched in, locked up the cradle, and Ohio State wants to challenge, saying he should have had the reversal right at the end to win the match.
Because he had the hands latch on the cradle?
Yeah. And Coach Ryan threw the cube, and he's like across the mat from the head table, and he threw it from his seat almost all the way to the head table, like all the way across the mat. He has been fired up this tournament.
He has.
And I love it. Because he's pretty, I wouldn't say docile, but he's pretty calm and cool, collective, off the mat. You know?
I was talking to him before when we walked in, and I had a really, really good talk with him for like 15 minutes. But him and I go way back. I've known Tom forever.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he really is. And I used to go out and do camps and clinics for him. He was in the room when I got to Iowa. And but anyway, he was telling me I wish I could tell you the story off air. But he wouldn't appreciate me telling it on air right now.
Yeah.
But because you said he was fired up yesterday.
Yes.
And the story that he told me about something that happened yesterday, just probably I should not say on air, but it was really, really good because he's very much into his faith, and he talked about that a little bit and stuff. But yesterday it got out of hand.
I mean, they were trying to do stuff against their team, back-to-back matches.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just got to the point where he just lost it. It built up too much.
Yeah. I mean, they're in it right now. They're reviewing this call. That call tied the match at 4-4. So obviously they want to win it outright. Otherwise, it's going to go into overtime here. So it looks like we got a good scramble over there on mat 1. Davis.
Brown just got a Merkel, so he's got a. Oh nope, they waved it off. That'll make Clemson upset.
Oh yeah. Stalemate.
So it's still 9-4 over there.
They must not have any challenges because they're not challenging it.
They're going to look at it.
Are they going to look at it? Oh,
Looks
good.
like it, yeah.
You know that official, the head official on that mat, and I don't know his name, and I don't know his daughter's name either, so maybe this is a bad story, but his daughter is a mat aide at Iowa.
Okay. Is he the one from Montana?
Yes.
No, he's not from is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Not the one with his side turned, but the one with his back to us.
Back to us.
But there's another referee here from Montana as well, too.
Well, remember it during the duel, Tom and Terry were saying it's a long way to drive from Montana to get these calls wrong. It was pretty funny. I forget what duel that was now, but
Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Sure, they'd hook you up with some tires and auto repair to drive to Montana after those bad calls.
Right? Yeah, why not? Get home safe.
Also, join the Swarm. Team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more. Long review still going on down here on mat number 2 between Buzakis and Shaver.
Who's the Rutgers coaches down there in the gray shirts? I don't know.
I don't know for sure.
What's 2 reversal? Yeah.
2 reversal, so he does get the 2 reversal. So Buzakis, the 9 seed, will wrestle Davis. Well, we'll see. Davis still has a minute left.
So it's, yeah, okay, I see what was happening.
So the challenge that Tom threw in worked.
Yes.
They said no points, and then he got the points by throwing the challenge, and that goes upstairs.
Yes, they're not doing it mat side, are they?
Well, I think they waved it off, and the referee said he was going to look at it himself. So they will look at himself on the mat side, and then if they don't like the call there, they can challenge it and send it up to the third-party review.
Yeah, I think that's good.
They wave off the takedown for Brown. He's in on another shot against Davis with 45 seconds to go. Almost getting to neutral danger. Now he gets the 3-point takedown.
He's got a leg Turk in here. See if he can use this. That's deep. That's a deep Turk.
Yeah, it is.
9-7 he trails. 30 seconds left in that.
He might
going
be able
bow
to
and
make
arrow.
this work. If he can get that arm under there.
He's not getting that far shoulder, though, is he?
Bartlett leads 4-2, so Bartlett is going to win. 15 seconds left over there against Davis. Mat number 2, you've got Limley of Michigan and Mendez of Ohio State. Kyle Parko making his way out over on mat number 3 for the Hawkeyes. Taking on Dylan D'Amelio. Beat him 8-3 in the duel, and then a couple years ago majored him 11-1. Davis fights that off and wins 9-7. So Davis will move on to wrestle for a third. Quick update from Lincoln, 7.5 minutes to go. Iowa 69, Nebraska 59.
All right,
Van Ness
Parko. Come on,
of
Parko.
Penn State coming out on mat number 1. He's taking on Clark of Rutgers.
Come on, Parko.
Parko is underway on mat number 3. Kennedy in the hole on mat 3. I'm trying to remember, it was 8-3 in the duel, but I don't remember how it went.
Yeah, I don't
remember if he rode him and turned him or if he just took him down a couple of times.
I don't recall either, unfortunately.
Quick takedown from Mendez down here. He leads 3-1 over Limley. Shot by D'Amelio. We're into a front headlock, trying to get around behind.
Use it. Wrestle through here.
Heavy snaps.
Wrestle through here. Get your arm free. There you go. Good wrestling right there. Good
the
job. Hook
Nothing.
that ankle.
No
Hook
3
it.
yet.
Nice work here. Should be able to finish
That's a
this.
takedown.
Should be able to finish this.
He's got our arm on the far side, so now we drop down to the leg.
Now elevate.
Into a single attempt.
Elevate.
Comes out front, trying to square up.
Hip it.
Parko trying to adjust on that far side, right in front of
Pull
Matt
him in.
Nelson.
There you go. Keep coming in. Keep coming in.
D'Amelio hanging on to our wrist. Now we go up to the head. Not there. Try to dump him down a little bit more. Looking to adjust. Back over on the edge.
Yeah, get him in.
Pull him back in. Now we're going to get
illegal
hold.
That on the Ohio State guy because he left his feet and he tried to do an illegal crack back.
Okay.
So he's got a single leg and then he left his foot.
Come back in.
Yeah.
Pull him to the center, though. Give yourself some room to work. We got time.
Nice.
Nice work. Good job.
And gets the 3.
And it
Good
should
job.
be +1. Yep. 4-point takedown. I love that. And
Nice.
near
Nice.
ball.
Nice.
Yes.
Near fall.
Got 2 count.
3
Had to
count.
be.
He got a
4
count.
Oh,
Angel.
yes.
I didn't know Angel could count that
Angel. I love it.
fast.
You know, I
nothing,
think
Parko.
I think he actually missed the first swipe because he was awarding the 1-point illegal move. Yeah, that's
I don't
awesome.
think he did not. Angel did not expect that to
No,
happen.
he didn't.
He was not in position or expect
No.
that to happen. The side referee down there, that's the one that I'm talking about from Montana.
yeah.
He's from Montana.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's big. That's a big. We go up 8-0 right now. If we could keep this here, I am already thinking major work because we got the major. Let's hang on to this baby. Let's go get a tech.
Or a fall.
No kidding.
D'Amelio gets reset after they went out of bounds. Parko covers. D'Amelio tries to get to his feet with forward pressure, back to his knee. Trying to trip him back down. D'Amelio hand control, but we get back around the waist, pick him up. Now we throw him back flat to the mat. Parko hops left side to the right side. D'Amelio still at his base. We're chopping that arm. Get him to a hip. Works back to that base. Parko looking for a half. Not there. Trying to get that far arm. D'Amelio keeping that left arm out wide, knowing that Parko wants to trap that underneath for that tilt. Out of bounds. Back to the center. 17 seconds to go. First period. 8-0 lead for Parko plus 1:02 of riding time. Van Ness will have a 3-0 lead as that first period comes to an end. Mendez leading Limley by a score of 6-3. That's in the second period.
Van Ness up 3-0 at the end of the first period.
Parko into that claw ride. As the period winds down, 8-0 after one. D'Amelio's choice. He defers. Parko is going to go down.
Well, we've got 119 riding time.
Come on, right away.
Just got to get our hips under us right away. We cannot get flat to the mat. That's where Parco struggles. He's good when he has his hips underneath us and he's working on hand control. There you go, trying to get to
that
your
tripod
feet.
to his feet.
Get that hand control.
Trying to peel it free. D'Amelio
Stay up
bumps
on
him
your
back
knees.
down.
Stay
Trying
up
to
on
get
your
that
knees.
wrist trapped underneath himself. Bumps his bat flat. He's got that wing in on us. Parco into a sit out, though.
Keep moving, keep scrapping.
Circling
There,
enough
nice
for the
work.
escape.
Good motion, good movement on the bottom.
Did give up the riding time, but now he leads 9-0. Minute and a half to go, second period.
Yeah, let's create some action here. Go for this takedown right here.
Duck attempt there by D'Amelio, but we keep our arms down. Another shot by D'Amelio. Gets the hands locked. We're reaching back, locked through his crotch. D'Amelio trying to elevate us up. We're hipping into him. We're going to stalemate it. 1:02 to go. Third period on mat number 2. Mendez leads Limley 6-3. 30 seconds to go on mat number 1. Van Ness a 7-0 lead, plus over 2 minutes of riding time.
Parco's got a 9-0 lead. We got 55 seconds to go here in the second period. Another takedown this period would go so far.
Yeah, yes it would. Plus he's going to get riding time once he takes him down too.
Yeah, just wrestle here, same position we were in before. Got him in that front headlock short offense. Wrestle here, wrestle through the position. That's where he wrestled well before. That's how he got that initial takedown.
A lot slower on what he's working on this time.
Yeah, he's not doing anything there now. Now he's just hanging
stalemate.
on. And God dang it. And you know he can wrestle there because he just proved it one period ago.
Yep.
But that time he just kind of just sat in held position, waited for a stalemate. Go get another one.
25 to go, second period. 9-0 is the lead. Will be D'Amelio's choice in the third. Parco, underhook on the left side. Duck into a carry there by D'Amelio. We grab the leg, almost get caught in a neutral danger. Parco.
He's doing a good
Out
job.
of that, hanging onto that leg. Rolls all the way through, and the period comes to an end.
Leg past him there. Yeah, I mean.
D'Amelio is going to go neutral. Not going to be surprised if Parco gets dinged for stalling here.
Terry's telling Parco, get your underhook. Get to your underhook. Jack him up. High-low. That's his strongest position, is getting to that underhook and then getting to a throw-by or jack and double unders.
Front headlock goes to an
Nice
ankle
low
pick
shot.
off of that.
Shot.
Trying to elevate it, head to the inside. D'Amelio doing the splits. Parco trying to adjust, getting around. D'Amelio gets back out front, squares up though. He's locked through our crotch. Now he's got us flattened out. D'Amelio adjusts his arms, trying to elevate it.
Yeah,
Parco
both.
still hanging on and go to stalemate. 1:20 to go.
That's a good initiation, though, of a shot. Getting that low single. You just got to be able to come up with it right away and finish.
Minute 19 to go on the restart. D'Amelio shot. Reshot there by Parco. Couldn't get through. Another half attempt there by D'Amelio. Parco trying to find that underhook. Got it in on the left side. D'Amelio clears out, though.
Parco's definitely changing here a little bit. He's kind of taking a little bit fewer steps forward, trying to just conserve this lead, it looks like. I mean, he's got the
Underhook throw
major.
by, and there is the stall call against him.
Yep. And we're right on the edge.
38 seconds to go. Mendez 10-3, plus he's got riding time with 30 seconds left, so he's on his way to a major.
Come on, Parco, stay in there. Stay in there, Parco. Get back in on a shot. Score one more. Put an exclamation point on this match. Get another takedown. There's your underhook.
Yeah, throw it by. Get this.
20 seconds left. Headlock attempt by D'Amelio.
We had an opportunity to take advantage of bad positioning.
Yeah, we did.
By D'Amelio there. We didn't even try. We're coasting.
seatbelt after D'Amelio tried coming across.
Parco does it, though.
9-0 major decision. Bonus point for the Hawkeyes. So he will wrestle for third, most likely against Van Ness, who leads 11-1 in the third period. Patrick Kennedy on deck now on mat number 3. We will have that one coming up shortly. You're listening to the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hear that? That's the Iowa Lottery powering up the new Pac-Man scratch ticket, where you could chomp your way to $50K in instant cash prizes. Even if you don't score big in your first round, you still get an extra life. Because you can enter non-winning tickets in the VIP club for a chance to win a Pac-Man arcade package, plus your share of $325,000 in cash prizes. That's a lot of Waka Waka winning. Woohoo! Pac-Man is registered and copyrighted by Bandai Namco Entertainment Inc. Enter and see rules at iLottery.com/VIP.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Fran McCaffrey. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here. Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bumps Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bumps is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bumps and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bumps Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
This is Laura Gilbert with E&J Geothermal. As a small, locally owned business, we're finding ourselves going up against some pretty big competition. So for us, every dollar counts. After working with Joni at iHeartMedia and experiencing the increase in phone calls and digital traffic, I decided to not only renew E&J's marketing contract with iHeart, but expand it.
Hi, I'm Joni Seiko, and I'm ready to help you navigate the ever-changing digital and broadcast medium advertising space. Give me a call at iHeartMedia Cedar Rapids at 319-270-4715.
This is Leah Pasha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's gonna love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Marty, my man.
That's Mike Graff of the Graff Home Selling Team, the #1 real estate team in Eastern Iowa. Partners from the start, now friends for life.
Got that right, Marty, because you've been key in coming up with great advertising plans for us and schedules on iHeart stations to get our messages out. When you need a pro on your team, draft this guy. You can count on results when you put your advertising in his hands. Our professional and personal friend, Marty Mason, with iHeart Media.
I'm Marty Mason. Call me today, 319-360-6909.
Get everything for your next project at Menards and save big money. We carry everything to help you breathe easier. Allergen air filters help prevent seasonal allergy symptoms and improve your indoor air quality by capturing microparticles while allowing maximum airflow. Save big on allergen air filters when you shop at Menards. View the weekly flyer and all of our great deals happening this week on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Now, back to University of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling.
Welcome back to Evanston, Illinois, the Welsh Ryan Arena on the campus of Northwestern University. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside working through Consolation semifinals at this year's championships. On the mats right now, Van Ness.
Finally got away.
Penn State lost his riding time, but got a couple of stall points in there, so he's going to win by a score of 12-1. So another bonus point for the Nittany Lions, and it will be Parco and Van Ness tonight in the third place bout at 149. Mat number 2, Miller of Maryland and Taylor of Nebraska. Right now that's a 1-0 lead in the second period for Taylor. And then blood time on mat number 3, where Montanona of Michigan, a 5-0 lead over Mayfield of Northwestern. And that is also in the second period.
We're waiting for Patrick to come up on that mat.
Yep, he's on deck there. New match on mat number 1, Askey of Minnesota against Blaze of Purdue. 2 minutes to go in Lincoln, and the Hawkeye men lead Nebraska 78-66. So it looks like the Hawks may get a chance to go to Indianapolis for the Big Ten tournament. I think on BTN last night, they showed if the Hawks lost, they would finish 16th in the conference. If they won and a couple of other teams won, they could finish as high as 13th. So they could be 13, 14, 15, or 16.
What did they take, 15?
They take in the top 15. So the bottom 3 teams are already will be eliminated. So I think Washington and can't remember who the other one is down there. Penn State, maybe. I think Washington and Penn State are out for sure. And then it just depends on how all the tiebreakers fall out. Well, I wrote down, Mark, Big 12s are going on. I think they're still wrestling like we are, the Consolations. But heading into today's session, Oklahoma State was first with 137.5. They had 6 in the finals and 3 in the wrestlebacks. UNI was second with 120.5. They had 4 in the finals, 6 in the wrestlebacks. South Dakota State, 87.5. They had 1 and 8 respectively. Iowa State in third with 84. They had 1 and 8 respectively. Thanks to the power of the internet. Let me go click and see.
What time does those finals start, do you know?
I don't know what time their finals are. UNI has cut the deficit to 11. Okie State has 146.5. UNI 135.5. Iowa State up to 102.5. Schoen of Iowa State gets 7th. Gaitan won, so he'll wrestle for 3rd. Sima lost, so he'll wrestle for 5th. Anderson of UNI gets 7th at 125. Riggins won, so he'll wrestle for 3rd. Downey beat Chittum, so he'll wrestle for 3rd. 7-6 was the final of that one. Runyon of UNI got 7th. So
my brother Tim says 7 o'clock for the Big 12s. Wow. We can watch that on the way home.
Yeah. Win by Kyle Parco puts the Hawkeyes up to 102.5. Still 16 points behind Nebraska, 11 points ahead of Minnesota. Penn State up to 156.5 with wins by Davis and Van Ness and Bartlett. Minute and a half to go over on mat number 3 before Patrick Kennedy comes out. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn grows feed for our livestock, food for our families, and clean-burning fuel. For your drive to the game, drive clean with Unleaded 88. Support Iowa corn farmers. Go to iowacorn.org to pump it up with Unleaded 88. Also, we can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with the 988 Lifeline. Call or text 988 now. I think that was one of the interesting things. You know, we talked about Tom Ryan a couple of times already, but that on the mat thing, and he said he's got a great family, he's got a great job, and the accident led him to some bad places, and, you know, he needed to get some help. And so I think it's a good way to remind people that you don't have to be alone. You can find somebody to talk to if there are things that you're hurting with. call 988 or find somebody you trust, pastor, a good friend, or something. But
yeah, people to talk to for sure. It's sometimes definitely needed, no matter how strong or minded or tough you think you are. It's just good to be able to have someone to talk to about things for sure. Especially in the wrestling world. Sometimes wrestlers think there's just, you're used to doing everything by yourself. You train pretty much on your own, and you're out on the mat on your own, and you're solo a lot, and so it's kind of by nature, it's kind of where you're at. So Tom was smart and started doing some things differently. Went and hung out at his son's house where he had 2 grandsons and spent a lot of time there and got him through a tough time. Realized that there's a lot in life to be thankful for sure. And it's hard because, when you're wrestling and you spend your whole life doing it, or other sports as well too, and you're competitive, you want to win all the time and be great at things all the time, and just kind of need something to chase.
Yeah. Injury time over there. Mayfield got taken down and tweaked his right leg. Looks like either the knee or ankle. As it stands, it's a 9-3 lead for Montanona. Coach Storniolo out there talking, trying to decide. And it looks like he is not going to continue, so Montanona will win that by injury default. Mayfield. See if he wrestles the 5th place match or not.
Here comes Patrick.
Patrick Kennedy comes out, and as he does, get the update from Lincoln. It has gone final 83-68. The Hawks with the win. So sounds like we are headed to Indy for the Big Ten tournament. Congrats to Coach McCaffrey.
Wow. Taylor throws.
Taylor just pinned Miller.
Threw him.
In sudden victory. Wow. Well, that doesn't help in the team race. So Taylor will wrestle the winner of mat number 1 between Askey and Blaze. That one's tied up at 1 in the 3rd. Underway on mat number 1 for Kennedy, taking on Carson Harchla from Ohio State. And this was a 7-3 score in the dual meet. Patrick just didn't look very good in that one. He just was moving real slow. There's a snap by Harchla. We get to the leg, but can't get the second hand to it, so we back out. New match on mat number 2. Scholes of Illinois will take on Sparks of Minnesota.
Nice.
65 pound.
There's a lot of good snaps going on right now between Karshla and Kennedy. Talking to Kennedy before this round started downstairs in the camp, and just talked to him a little bit about the match with Levi Haynes and also this match coming up with Harchla, and just how he has to find a way to get to the legs. It just can't just be straight on, and Harchla is so just strong and just stays in a really good position. He's kind of hard to open up and get to the legs, but once you get to him, I think he can finish, but you got to work hard at getting there.
Another snap by Patrick into that front headlock. Pulls him all the way down to the mat. He's got that left elbow trapped, puts it into an underhook. Hartzell takes an attempt from a ways away underneath that front headlock. Probably going to get stalemate there.
I don't know how Hartzell's got that great big humongous knee brace on his right knee.
Got beat by Bronigal in the quarters last night.
Nice snap by Patrick. Getting his head underneath him. Now we got to pull him down to the mat there. Wrestle here, though, Patrick. There you go. Coming up into an underhook.
Hartzell clears out of that.
Patrick's been hitting some really nice snaps. Hasn't been able to capitalize on any of them.
And does it again. Hartzler throws the arm out. And we get that left arm trapped in there. Another stalemate. .35 seconds to go, first period. No score between Kennedy and Hartzler. Blaze gets takedown and near fall over there, so he's going to win. So Blaze will take on Taylor. Askey will wrestle Miller again. Or not again, I guess they didn't wrestle. First period comes to an end, no score for Kennedy and Hartzler. Kennedy's choice, he's going to start down. No hesitation from Patrick. He won the toss. He didn't look to the corner. He said, I'm going down.
Patrick's been wrestling well, but his mind is in the right place for sure in this tournament. He is really, really wrestling hard. And there he's
Sit
up to
out,
his feet,
hand control
right away. Great job, Patrick.
Gabe Arnold on deck on mat number 2.
Get back down
there. Patrick, left hand on the collar. See if he adjusts things a little bit. You know, he snaps into that front headlock and then gets held up. So what can he do different to try to create an angle and get to an opening?
Well, Hartzler's doing a really good job of coming out of those front headlocks, but the second he gets him there and expecting Hartzler to come up to his feet, he's got to be driving through and maybe trying to get to an ankle or to a high crotch, slipping the head, getting to the leg. There's a lot that you can do there, or he comes up and then you bring him right back down to bounce that head off. You just got to create motion there. We're doing a great job of putting him there. There's again. See, now he's coming over top of the head again. He's doing a great job of getting him there, just not able to capitalize on it.
He tried getting to that leg off of that snap that time. But
Yep.
Now he comes across underhook on the right side.
Man, Patrick is really doing a good job snapping and working Hartzler's head here in this match.
40 seconds to go, second period. Kennedy leads 1-0. Neither guy's gotten close to the other's leg so far, but good solid hand fighting between the two.
Hartzler really hasn't done a whole lot at all. Tried to kind of just pass an elbow by a little bit right there. Come down to the third period here. Blaze did get that win over there. Hartzler's choice going into the third period. Patrick's up 1-0. Hartzler chooses down.
Mat number 1 will now have John of Maryland against Bronigal of Illinois. Winner of that match will wrestle the winner of Kennedy and Hartzler. Losers will wrestle each other for fifth. Kennedy, good forward pressure. Hartzler, though, able to get the hand control to his feet, out for the escape. Tied up at 1, 1:40 to go here in regulation. Riding time not a factor, just 12 seconds towards Kennedy. Kennedy snaps, goes to the other side that time, but couldn't quite get to the leg.
3, takedown, Dan Bronigal, mat number 1. 1 escape, followed by Brenton John.
Patrick trying to work from this front head situation. Underhook on the left side. Kurt Frost throws the whistle in the mouth and blows stalemate.
Just over a minute to go over on mat number 3.
Good job by Patrick, too, not reaching for that head, like getting himself out of position, reaching for it, even though he's been going and attacking the head a lot. He hasn't been getting caught reaching.
Snappy almost tries jumping over him. 50 seconds to go in regulation.
6-2, the Gophers, Andrew Sparks.
Hartzler with a snap, kind of swipes his arm at Patrick's leg.
35 seconds to go here in regulation. 1-1.
Hartzler with the shot.
Shot from a ways away, gets in on Patrick here. He's in deep on Patrick and has him, his ankle's almost tied up. Patrick trying to slip his knee out, and that's a 3-point takedown. Dang it! Hartzler took one shot towards the end of the match here when he needed it, and he made it count. Patrick gets out.
The escape. They go out of bounds. 16 seconds left. From a non-tie, and he was just able to get in enough. Now Hartzler just going to dance around. Patrick gets a stall call as he reaches for the leg. Hartzler kicks out. Patrick tries misdirection duck. And time will run out. Patrick Kennedy will come up just short, 4-2. So he will drop down and wrestle for fifth.
It's a bummer. Patrick tries so hard, and he's working so hard out there. Just comes up short. Hartzler took one shot and made it count.
So he'll wrestle either Bronigal or John. Right now, Bronigal leads that one by a score of 3-1 on mat number 1. 45 seconds left on mat number 2, where Sparks of Minnesota leads Skulls of Illinois 9-5. Gabe Arnold waiting on deck there. Hawk fans, enjoy your home away from home at Coralville's All-Suite Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Relax in spacious suites with free breakfast, 24-hour fitness, pool, hot tub, and more. Perfectly located for your Hawkeye visit. Also, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine, changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. All Red of Nebraska out now. He's taking on Smith of Maryland. That's on mat number 3. The winner of that match is who the winner of Gabe Arnold's match will wrestle. The losers will wrestle as well for fifth. Sparks from Minnesota does get the win, so Sparks will rest Montanona for third. Skulls, the 6th seed, will drop down and wrestle for fifth. Here comes Gabe Arnold against Edmund Ruth. 5-1 was the score in the dual meet. Keeter on deck on 2, so he'll be here right after Gabe Arnold gets done. Get everybody all situated. Shake hands underway here. Arnold and Ruth. If you remember, Gabe in that dual meet hit a high crotch where he basically went all the way through the legs and just had to turn around to get the takedown. Ruth, the defending Big Ten champion at 174. Got defeated 11-3 by McAnally of Minnesota last night in the semifinals. Got a 4-3 win over the 3 seed All Red of Nebraska in the quarters. Gabe with a major over Halverson after he got defeated by Smith. So Gabe with a tech fall, a major, and then an injury default. Goes for a high crotch attempt there, but Ruth keeps the arms down. Over-under situation. Gabe pushing into Ruth. Minute gone by, no score here. Gabe clears out of that over-under, now comes up into a collar tie. Goes to a high crotch, but Ruth again keeps the arms down. Comes up into an underhook. Gabe again goes for drop to a knee to that high crotch. Stalemate it in the front headlock. Minute 36 to go here, first period, no score. Gabe, low single attempt on the other side. That's the 4th legit attempt that Gabe has taken here, Mark. He's just not been able to open it up yet. Find a way to fully get to those legs.
Well, hopefully something eventually comes.
Push-pull, tries to change levels. Now comes into a 2-on-1. Ruth hanging onto her head on the other side. There is a stall call on Ruth. Another attempt by Gabe. Sidestep towards the center of the mat. 50 seconds to go here in the first. Smith takes all red down, so he leads 3-1 going into the second period. Bronigal a 10-2 lead over John. Patrick snaps Ruth. Ruth dives towards his leg off of that, but Gabe able to get that leg out. Gabe another attempt there, but Ruth keeps those legs back. Arnold snaps him into a front headlock, and then they circle back up to that collar tie. 15 to go here. Ruth peeks over at the clock. Watch yourself here, Gabe, because you may try to sneak something in right at the end of the period. Not going to, so it will be scoreless at the end of one. Coin flip, Gabe's choice. No hesitation from him. He's going to start down. Poeta saw him just reach down and tell him, keep that hand tight on those hips. Trying to keep him down. Gabe into a tripod. Ruth reaching across to that far wrist. Gabe to his feet. Back into that tripod.
Trying to get hand control.
There he does, the escape. 1-0 is the lead for Arnold. Minute 35 to go here in the second. Bronigal trying to get a takedown to get a tech fall over there, and does. So Kennedy will take on John of Maryland again. Bronigal will wrestle for third against Hartzleb. Bronigal beat him earlier.
Right now it's, who's that over there? Smith from Maryland?
Smith
beating
3-2 over Allred.
Smith just got called for stalling. That's in the second period. Allred in on a shot.
.55 to go here in the second period. 1-0 lead for Gabe Arnold over Edmund Ruth.
I'm always wanting these second period takedowns. Do it now, and then if you get another one in the third period, great. But just don't waste this period.
Right-handed collar tie. Stop it for locked fingers. And Keeter on deck on two, so he'll be out here right after Gabe. Ruth looking for double unders here. Gabe swims out of it, though. Gabe changed levels, tries to come in. There he snaps. Ruth comes in onto his leg, comes up with that deep underhook. Gabe circling around, trying to clear out, and does. Period comes to an end. 1-0 Gabe as we go to the third.
You were right. Ruth tries some at the end of the period.
Ruth starts down. He rode Gabe for 17 seconds. Angelo Ferrari standing down there watching this match. Ruth right away reached back. Gabe forward pressure. Ruth just basing out. Gabe trying to cap an ankle, get that forward pressure. Gabe comes around on the side a little bit more, trying to bust that knee down, get those hips flat to the mat.
Yeah, if he could just flatten out Arnold, or not Arnold, Ruth, that'd be awesome. Just flatten him out. See if we can get him flat to the mat. Gabe doesn't really get guys flat to the mat very often.
Ruth to his feet. Gabe trips him back down. They go out of bounds. 1:23 to go. Riding time to 19 seconds on Gabe's favor now. McDaniel of Nebraska and Bronigal of Illinois at 197 on mat number one. Smith leading Allred 4-2. Allred in on a shot. About ready to finish, but Smith showing great flexibility. Ruth explodes up. Gabe tries to pick him up. Looking to return him back down. Pulls him out of bounds. Head back to the center. They go into the Nebraska corner over there on mat number 3. Smith's foot goes off the edge with 5 seconds left. Brian Snyder just puts both hands on the back of his head. How could we not finish that shot? So Smith is going to beat Allred.
Smith's hard to finish on. We've seen that with Gabe Arnold.
Caution on Gabe, starting early. 1:16 remains in the match. Arnold leading 1-0. He's got 27 seconds built towards his riding time.
Again,
to his
Ruth
feet,
up to his feet.
Bump him back to his
see
base.
if we get him flat, Gabe. Flat. We don't try to flatten him out, though. That's the thing. Look we're not trying to flatten him out. We're just trying to keep him down, and that's why we're always in this position.
Stalling on Gabe for
not breaking him down.
To break him down.
Not trying to break him down. I mean, that's a stall call all day. It wasn't a stall call because he was up on his feet and was standing behind type of thing, you know. It was just flat out not trying to improve your position.
Ruth again to his feet. We drop in on the leg. Now let him out for the escape. So riding time not a factor, tied up at 1. Gabe was so aggressive in that first period, but just couldn't create that opening. Let's see if he can find something here in these last 40 seconds. Barr of Penn State. Salazar of Minnesota out on mat number 3. Gabe trying a high crotch attempt, but Ruth, good down block. Gets into that over-under situation.
Well, if we want to be there.
I'd say Ruth keeps trying to get into that over-under situation, that upper body stuff. And the period will come to an end, so we go to sudden victory tied up at 1. Trying to remember what Gabe did to set up that shot, because you remember in the dual meet, Mark, he got so deep on that high crotch, it was basically like a go-behind. There, Ruth throws the underhook by. Gabe somersaults through out of bounds, no points. Wow.
We're lucky we were on the edge right there, that's for sure.
He knew Ruth was going to be coming with something. Gabe snaps. Ruth working a double wrist lock. Clear the tie. Minute 25 to go here in the sudden victory. Double attempt by Ruth. Gabe throws the legs back, though.
Well, Gabe needs to finish this on the feet, too, because I remember on the mat, he's already been warned for stalling once. It's going to be hard for him to ride him without getting called for stalling again.
Both guys have a stall call against him. Inside of a minute here in the sudden victory period.
50 seconds.
Salazar takes Barr down over there and getting, injury? Or
Barr's
injury
hurt.
time for Barr.
Barr got hurt earlier in this match.
30 seconds left in the sudden victory. Gabe tries to get to that high crotch.
Barr's going to injury default.
Ruth with a shot. Gabe keeps his legs back.
The winner of the match over on mat number 3 by injury default from Minnesota.
Shot by Gabe. Ruth comes back, underhook. 10 seconds left here in the sudden victory.
On deck on mat.
And so we will head to the mats. Tied up at 1. Ruth's choice. He'll start down first, I believe.
Getting ready to get started over on mat number 3, 141-pound 7th place battle.
Starting the 7th place matches.
All right, Gabe, let's go. Ride tough, dude.
Ruth up to his feet. Reaching back over the head. Gabe picks him up. Trying to put him back down, and does as they go out of bounds. Head back to the center.
Well, they wanted to say he was still in bounds. His foot's still in, but he was technically off the mat because of that sliver in the middle. It's considered off the mat.
That took 10 seconds off the clock.
Again, we got to break him down off the whistle. We cannot let him get to his feet. Let all of his opponents get to their feet all the time.
Ruth does again. Arnold picks him up, puts him to a tripod. Now drops to the ankle. Drops to the ankle again. And Ruth gets an escape at least. Right on the edge, he's on the leg. So it'll be a 2-1 lead for Ruth.
We got to get out within how many seconds? 28?
28.
I don't know how someone could hold Gabe Arnold down for 28 seconds. Especially this point in time in the match when he's really sweaty and slippery.
Yeah. Ruth does have a stall call against him as well.
Well, Gabe didn't explode at all. He just tripoded up, trying to get hand control.
Ruth bumps him back down. Gabe stands back up. Ruth trying to pull him back down to the mat. Out of bounds into the scores table. 10 seconds left. Gabe's got to get out in 7.
There was no explosion out of Gabe there. It was just
Ruth slow back to the center. Just explode. Do like what Cruz did. Get those hips forward, up to your feet. Just boom.
Excuse me, on deck on mat 1 at 157 pounds. 7th place match from Michigan.
Teamer on deck on mat number 1. There's a caution on Ruth. 10 seconds. Out within 7. That time he explodes up to his feet. Tries to somersault through. Ruth hanging on the edge. Ruth's going to ride him out. So Gabe Arnold will drop down and wrestle Allred for 5th. And that'll bring Ben Keeter out. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll, conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. So Keeter coming out.
How that Bronco McDonald match turned out, I didn't see that.
Bronigal won. Here we go with Keeter and Feldman. 5-4 was the win for Keeter in the dual meet. And he won that one by doing some leg attacks, Mark. Heinzelman and Luffman wrestling over on mat 1. Heinzelman almost a takedown, then they waved it off. Teamer will be on deck on 1 for his 7th place bout. Look at that one on mat 1 to see if there was a takedown or not.
Man, this Feldman is a big kid.
Didn't we say him and Ben weigh about the same? He's just so short and compact.
I don't
He's
remember
got just a
what
good
he
thick
weighed.
frame.
I'm not sure what he weighed.
Minute 45 to go. 2 matches he's wrestled against Stevenson this year. The only 2 matches that Stevenson has not finished it early. He won by major in both of them, but the only matches that were not a tech fall or fall.
After reviewing the call, stands over on mat number 1.
Minute 20 to go here, first period. No score. Keeter and Feldman. Feldman had that left-handed collar tie, and Keeter cleared out of it. Feldman's starting to move a little bit more, almost looking like a boxer out there.
1 minute to go here in the first period. Nobody's done anything. Cruz won the first bout this morning for his ninth place bracket. He's got one more match to go against McCrone of Ohio State.
Yeah, our 4th matchup with Ohio State this morning.
Gabe Arnold just lost in overtime. Patrick Kennedy lost at the very end to Karchla. Karchla took a shot, his only shot, towards the very end of regulation and beat Patrick. Was that 3-1, 4-1? 4-2.
Keeter and Feldman.
Parco won easily over D'Amelio for 9-0. Hawks are definitely not going to catch Nebraska now. That's impossible.
Minnesota could still catch us, though. So,
yeah, Minnesota could catch us.
And Ohio State might be close, too. They've only got one in the finals.
Minnesota's only 4.5 points behind us right now.
No, it's 7 points. 95 to 102.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at Minnesota, Ohio State, my bad.
Keeter starts down to begin the second period. Right away up to his feet and out for the escape. 1 second.
You know, that's one thing. You know, you look at Gabe Arnold, and it's as explosive as he is. There was no explosion on the bottom. That's one area he could desperately improve upon, as well as the top position, learning how to break guys down flat to the mat and not let them get to their feet. But in both those scenarios and cases, you have to work so hard. You got to work hard. And he tripoded up nice and slow, and then he wanted to try and get hand control, and just didn't work out for him. That first initial move off the whistle and get the weight off of you, that's so crucial and so important. Also, we need to score a takedown. If you can't score a takedown, it's tough to win a match. Yeah. It's really hard to win, and that goes for Patrick Kennedy, too. And it goes for Ben Keeter right now. That's how we beat Feldman in the dual meet season, is we took him down. Just really need to work hard at scoring takedowns. Getting at least just somewhere in a match, you got to get a takedown. Somehow, some way. Sometimes they come easy, sometimes they don't.
45 seconds remain, second period. 1-0 is the lead for Keeter over Feldman. Heinzelman leads Luffman 3-1. 7-1 is the lead on mat number 3 for Clark of Purdue over Porter of Indiana for 7th place at 141.
Did you say Teamer was on deck somewhere?
On deck on 1. Big snap by Ben, and then he left his foot flat. Feldman got to the leg. Period comes to an end.
Time. Yeah, he snapped Feldman kind of like almost right into his leg.
It's like he snapped thinking the period was over and just stayed flat-footed. Now Keeter's got blood time, it looks like. Looking for a place to spend your next lunch break? Come enjoy Watermill Kitchen and Bar's delicious weekday lunch specials featuring a pick 2 for $12. Select from refreshing salads, flavorful sandwiches, or comforting soups to build a healthy and quick lunch, all for a great deal. Check it out at Watermill Kitchen and Bar every weekday from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Feldman starts down. To begin the third period. Keeter got out in 1 second. Right away, he tripods. Keeter bumping him forward. Gets up to his feet. Keeter picks him up, throws him down, gets him flat. Keeter working to that far wrist, deep waist on the left side. Feldman works back up to his base, hits a switch into a sit-out. Keeter staying behind the arms, tripping him back down right on the edge, gets him flattened down again.
Well done.
Now he's trying to lever the triceps on the left side, but Feldman works up to his base. They slide out, head back to the center. 1:32 to go. Keeter 26 seconds towards his riding time. Purdue wins 7th at 141. Cruz in the hole on mat number 2.
Feldman up to a tripod. Out to a sit-out.
Keeter forward pressure.
Doing a lot of forward pressure here. Feldman still in a tripod. Keeter still pressuring forward, trying to put him back down. Feldman up to his feet, getting hand control, and they go out of bounds.
41 seconds towards riding time for Keeter. Leading 1-0. Feldman's going to hit a switch right here off the whistle.
We are heading to period number 3 on mat number 1 out in front.
I mean, he's got his ankles wide open the way Feldman's sitting. You think he'd just drop his right hand right to that far ankle and just boom, and just drive forward. Pick him up and drive.
There's a roll-through attempt instead of the switch, but I knew he was going to hit something.
Drive forward here, Keeter. Forward, weight on the hands. If the weight's on the hands forward, then the guy can't come up if all the weight's on his hands. That's where you have to put the weight. Don't just hold on to the hips. Drive forward.
Another roll through there by Feldman. Now we're in a bad spot, but
nice job,
able to recover.
Keeter.
Keeter's got his riding time.
Hit a gut right there a little bit without having the hands locked. Now let's just keep riding him here. Don't cut him.
40 seconds remains, and Keeter does have that riding time advantage now. Goes to that deep waist on the left side. He's riding parallel. Now he's starting to come off to a side. Feldman builds that base back up under him. Keeter hops over to the left side. Breaks him back flat. Hooking that near ankle. Working a wrist as well.
Well, he's
Feldman
doing
tripod. Get him back forward.
Only got 5 seconds left to go here. Might as well ride him out. Good
Ben
job,
Keeter.
Ben Keeter. Good job, Ben Keeter. He didn't get the takedown, but tough ride. But the other thing he did is he got out from underneath right away. Good job, Ben Keeter.
So Keeter, the 7th seed, will wrestle for 3rd. Take on most likely Luffman, it looks like. Or no, Heinzelman, excuse me. Heinzelman leads that 7-3.
I was hoping Luffman.
On deck on mat number 2. At 125 pounds, a 9th place match from Iowa.
So that'll be another 3.5 points for the Hawkeyes. Minnesota got the bonus points at 197 in the wrestleback, so they're only 2 points behind us, but now we'll jump back up a little bit. Keeping it here as Teamer is on deck.
I heard they just announced Cruz, too, somewhere.
He's on deck on 2. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering, not texting, because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also, Hawkeye fans, a Luka Garza meet and greet in Minnesota, plus VIP game tickets to the Timberwolves versus the Phoenix Suns could be yours when you enter non-winning Feeling Lucky scratch tickets into your Iowa Lottery VIP club account. Simply visit ialottery.com/VIP for details and play today.
Cruz is on deck on 2.
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
I did, I believe. It's like my kids, though. You probably just get used to my voice so much, you just kind of zone it out. Don't even pay attention. When did you say that, Dad?
Over on mat number 1 by a score
Heinzelman does get the win, so it will be Keeter and Heinzelman. He's a transfer from Oklahoma, a grad student. Here we go with Teamer taking on Chase Saldate of Michigan for 7th place. Gilcher, that's down here on 2, is that right? Yes.
Well, let's see
how
what,
Teamer goes today. Yeah,
just going to say, let's see what happens with Teamer today.
Saldate, the number 9 seed from Michigan, 10-8 record as a senior. Got Tech followed by Cannon. Came back and beat Chumbley of Michigan before losing to Blaze of Purdue. Teamer standing straight up and down, kind of hopping a little bit. Saldate dives for a shot. Both guys from a non-tie right now. Misdirection attempt by Saldate, reshot by Teamer, but from a long ways away. Now Saldate comes across, gets into that collar tie. Teamer, though, clears out of it. Minute gone by here, no score.
We are heading over to period number 3 on mat number 3. Out in front by a score of 3-2.
Well, Teamer's doing what Teamer does so far. He just kind of letting Saldate get into his legs, and now we're turning that into our offense.
Saldate gets us draped up over, trying to turn into us. Teamer rolls through, trying to come through the back door. Now coming around the side, maybe looking for a cradle here. And he gets it locked in.
No, he doesn't have the cradle locked in.
No, he didn't. They gave 3 to Teamer. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they don't challenge that. I don't know if Michigan has a challenge. They are going to throw it out. They're going to look at it. It looked like he had the cradle locked up, but then he didn't, and they came around on the side, and Saldate had a hold of his leg still, so I can see him waving this one off.
Yeah, I didn't think that was ever control. If he would have gotten it locked up like you said, I thought then, yeah, for sure, but I didn't see where he actually had full control or takedown. I'd like to see a replay of it.
Mat number 3, Whiting of Minnesota and Bauman of Purdue. It's a 5-4 lead for Bauman. 7th place match at 174. Tom over talking to the referees, kind of joking with Coach Bourmet a little bit, saying, was this a challenge or is this a review? Like, what's going on here? What's the situation? Tom's just trying to get an explanation. Conrad Duffy. That's that referee talking to Tom. He's the one from Montana that I was thinking of. The name just came to me. Just every once in a while.
Tom still questioning whether it's they're looking at it or whether this is their own. The referees are looking at themselves, or if this is up at the. Well, we're going to find out here.
No takedown.
No takedown.
Which I think is the right call. I don't think he had the control.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
We're such homers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Our guy didn't deserve that takedown.
Can't ever accuse us of being homers, that's for sure. Who was that over there? Minnesota won?
Yeah. I love Matt Nelson. Inside of a minute to go here for Teamer and Saldate. Again, both guys from a non-tie, now just arms fully extended, touching the other. Neither one really likes to get tied up.
I'm honestly surprised that Teamer's not opened himself up more for Saldate to shoot on him, but I think Saldate is aware now that Teamer wants him to shoot on him.
Yeah.
So now he's not feeding into that. So Teamer's going to have to create a little bit more openness now in order to let Saldate in on his leg.
Saldate doing a lot of moving side to side. There's a shot. Double leg attempt right at the end of the period. No takedown. Tom wants to challenge this. He's going to run the brick all the way over. It's like, I'm going to challenge that.
So I didn't see the time. I mean, it was definitely a takedown, I thought, that time. But I don't know if it was before time ran out. Because once he went down to his hip, that was a takedown. But Teamer hit a shot there. He hit kind of a weird shot from a non-tie, got the leg in the head, almost like he was going to cradle him up and just ran him over to his hip. He never had his hands locked, that I could tell. But he had him down on the hip when he was around behind enough. I think it should have been a takedown. I just don't know if it was before the time ran out or not.
Well, this is a challenge. The referees did not want to look at it themselves, so this is a straight challenge. So they're going upstairs to the third party. I don't know how many we have left.
Well, we had 2, I think, coming into today.
Okay. So if we get this right and they do say takedown, we'll get this one back. If not, we lose it.
That'll leave us one more for the final somewhere.
Mat number 2, Gilcher of Michigan and Miller of Maryland. That's Cal Miller at 149, tied up at 1, 7th place at 149.
No takedown.
So no takedown. Saldate wins the toss. He'll start down. Let's see if Teamer puts a little effort into this, or
I doubt it.
Nope. 1-0, 5-second escape for Saldate.
Didn't even try to ride him.
See if he gets back to that shot, though. At least he's not backing out. Yesterday it felt like a lot of the matches he was more just backwards. Today he's doing a little more lateral. Now they do tie things up. I say that, and then Teamer's butts to the edge and almost out of bounds. Saldate snaps him into him. But part of that, too, is Saldate is moving a lot side to side.
Well, Teamer was able to fire that one shot off. Let's see if he can do it again here. There's a kind of an attack by Saldate and a re-attack by us. The thing about Teamer is he's so incredibly quick and explosive, but he waits for that perfect opportunity and then usually goes, and he's usually pretty spot on when he picks a shot when he wants to get aggressive.
35 seconds left here, second period. Teamer on mat number 1, trailing 1-0. Here comes Joey Cruz with his 9th place bracket championship. So if Cruz wins this, he qualifies automatically. If he loses, he will have to get an at-large berth. Does not count towards the team score, though.
Second period about ready to come to an end.
1-0 in favor of Saldate as we go to the third. Teamer's choice.
Nothing happened in that period once Saldate got up to his feet because we let him go. So a minute and 55 seconds went by where no wrestler. That would have been a good opportunity to call double stalling. No wrestler wanted to make any kind of attack or motion or movement.
This Saldate, if I remember from his time at Michigan State, good on top, likes to get legs in. Teamer, though, up to his feet, gets thrown back down, tries to explode back up, rolling through, grabbing a leg, turns into him, and gets the reversal to the back, getting near falls out of it, almost had the fall right there. He's split in the middle, trying to get up into that half, trying to adjust into a cradle. Teamer rolling it up over, rolls all the way through, though, and is almost going to give up the reversal himself, but he hips in back over. Saldate still in a high crotch look. Teamer dives back over the top. Saldate hanging on to our leg. Teamer technically gaining riding time as they roll out of bounds. Head back to the center. 5-1 is the lead for Teamer.
Teamer showing some emotion now. That's awesome. Man, did he, on that roll through, he just exploded. And that's what you got to do when you're on the bottom. You have to you got to create some motion. You got to create some action, and then just get into the point where he just started rolling around. He's able to clear his hips enough to turn into Saldate and get a reversal and reverse him right to his back. Now Saldate is going to come at Teamer really hard now.
Do we give up a stall point?
Teamer up 5-2. What? We did give up
No, do we?
Oh.
Did we get called twice in the
minute?
last
We got 1 minute, and it's one takedown. He takes us down. It's a tie match.
Saldate trying to pass the arm there.
He's going to get
down
to our
this
legs.
Direction.
But Teamer's defense has been really good so far.
There's Teamer double leg and takes him down, tries to trap that arm again, seeing if he can run this up over. Now looking for that cradle again.
Man, he timed that perfectly.
Got that cradle right on the edge, but Saldate in a tripod, and they're too close to the scorer's table, out of bounds.
A shot by Teamer. What a shot.
8-2 now in favor of Teamer.
Teamer now wants to
go
release
optional
him.
start.
Well, yeah, I mean, he pretty much goes optional start every time. I haven't even been paying attention to Joe. He's losing 3-0 right now to Macron.
Saldate a shot. We try to get back around behind him. Now Saldate slips through, gets to our leg, has it elevated. Trying to trip us down. We somersault through, grab the leg. Saldate switches off to the other leg. Now he's got us draped on the side. We're reaching back, grabbing ankles.
Joey Cruz must got taken down early because he's already given up 1:39 riding time and still giving up riding time with 55 seconds to go in the first period of that match.
Gets called for stalling. If you remember, he gave up 2 stall points. I think I called 3 times in the third period.
In the dual meet.
So 8-3 is going to be the final score. Last second attempt there by Saldate. So Ja'Cory Teamer will finish in 7th. Get another point for the Hawkeyes. That will put us 3.5 points ahead of Minnesota. Cruz struggling in this bottom position. Trying to work for hand control, getting those hips up under him. But Macron just throwing those legs in. And it will be a 3-0 deficit with 2:39 of riding time. 2:38 as we go to the second period.
Macron's going to pick top.
Cruz.
I don't understand how.
Goes neutral.
That was green. It should have been our choice.
Yeah.
But Macron got the choice, and he deferred. He gave him the choice.
Oh.
I don't understand how that happened.
Snap by Cruz, but Macron gets to our leg.
He snapped him right into his legs. Cruz did.
Trying to roll him through here. Macron trying to come through the back door. Gets the 3 takedown, and he's trying to get a half in. Now we're looking for that cradle, but Cruz able to clear out.
Yeah, Cruz is in trouble. He's down
6-0.
And he's given up 3+ minutes ride time. And he's probably not going to get out. And if Macron was smart, he'd probably choose the top position going into the third period. So Cruz, bottom line, he has to get out from the bottom. He has to find a way to get out from the bottom. And he's got to put something together big here. Otherwise, his season is over.
I don't know where he's at in all the RPI and everything. I think he was top 15 in the RPI, so he might have a chance at an at-large, depending on how everything else goes. But now Cruz takes injury time. Terry Telford and Jesse Donenworth, none of them really walked out right away, and they stopped the injury time. It will be McCrone's choice. He's going to stay on top with a minute to go here, second period. We'll be back on at 4:30. Still got a few more commercials we got to play because we spent too much time talking with Beatty. But 4:30 will be the finals. We'll wrestle first, third, and fifth at each weight class. There's Cruz. It's a nice Granby, but still can't quite clear that leg. He's got a whizzer thrown in. McCrone down on that leg. Cruz gets a stalemate. 33 seconds to go. Second period. At least gave himself a little option right there. A little bit of movement to try something.
There you go.
Catches that leg as it comes in.
Come on, turn into him. Raise your hand over. Try and get him to his back here.
McCrone grabbing onto our ankle. They're going to stop it. He's going to get a stall call. Cruz
Come on. There
pops
you go.
out
Reversal.
And gets it. No, too red.
Oh, my Lord.
He's locked through our crotch still.
Hurry up and get this reversal. Oh!
Going to run out of time,
Well,
it looks like.
That should maybe give him a little bit of confidence going in. Oh, now you hook the ankle?
Yeah. So 6-0 as we go to the third. McCrone's choice.
Top.
He's going to take top.
Smart.
Let's reverse into his back and pin him right here. How's that?
Well, that's about the only chance we got. So let's make it happen. We do have the pleasure of sitting next to KJ Pilcher today from the Cedar Rapids Gazette. Good old buddy. 1993 graduate from Cedar Rapids Regis High School. Went on Washington, my bad. I thought you went to Regis for a little bit, no? Your brother and sister did? Wash, and then he went on to wrestle for BV for Al Baxter. Always a pleasure to have KJ in the house. It's like my official bodyguard.
Another stall call on Cruz will make it 7-0.
Come on, Cruz. Come on, buddy. It's hard, though. When you're underneath and you're getting the heck ridden out of you, it's frustrating. It's like, I'm not even lying. Like, Mark Perry used to torment the crap out of me when I was still going in the room and wrestling once in a while. He'd get on top of me and just, I mean, he was obviously a lot bigger, too, so that had a little bit of a play in it. But, oh, my Lord. When you can't get out, it's like being held underwater. It just, it almost feels like you're getting suffocated. You can't breathe. You can't move your hips. You can't, what's the guy doing on top trying to turn us? Probably not a lot, but. $50 seconds to go here in this match. We're down 7-1. We're just not going anywhere here. Well, maybe he'll get an at-large bid like you said. I don't know.
Well, what he did so well in the duel against McCrone was got a couple of takedowns early, so he didn't have to get underneath of him. But McCrone reversed that here today and got a couple of takedowns himself. It's going to be almost 6 minutes of riding time. Just shy of 6 minutes of riding time.
Yeah, like 1 second shy of 6 minutes of riding time.
8-1 will be the final score, so Cruz will finish 10th and hope for an at-large bid to Philadelphia. We're going to step out, take a timeout. We'll be back with more from Evanston right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey Hawk fans, ready to elevate your game day experience? Introducing Daydreamer Cannabis Infused Beverages. Made locally in North Liberty, Iowa, Daydreamer is your all-natural, low-calorie lifestyle beverage made with real fruit. It's light, healthy, and alcohol-free. Just what you need to keep you relaxed when the game heats up. So grab yourself a Daydreamer. Sip local and dream big. As always, enjoy responsibly. Visit us online at enjoydaydreamer.com.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa Wrestling.
Hawkeye fans, get ready for the game with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're excited to bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Enjoy fan favorites like Easy Eddie and Citrus Surfer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to Carver? Join us at any of our 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon, where you can get out of the cold and enjoy warm hospitality while watching the game. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Iowa Hawkeyes all season long. Go Hawks!
Right now, Kohl's is giving away millions in instant Kohl's Cash in stores for free. Yup, that's right, because the Kohl's Cash Ultimate Giveaway is back. Hurry in to claim yours while supplies last. Plus, you can score 3 days of deals in store and online this weekend. So don't miss out. Head to your nearest Kohl's this Friday through Sunday before it's too late. Kohl's Cash Giveaway valid in store only. Redeemable only that day. Some exclusions apply. Not valid on Sephora at Kohl's while supplies last. Ends March 9th. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
Hi, this is Mike Graff from the Graff Home Selling Team, the #1 real estate team in Eastern Iowa. If you're looking for a marketing professional in the area, look no further. That marketing professional is Marty Mason with iHeartMedia. Marty has represented our marketing needs at GHSD with passion, vision, and dedication for many years. The results we see because of Marty's hard work has surpassed our marketing efforts from all other sources combined. We count on him to get things done. He works with us, and the results show it.
I'm Marty Mason, ready to work for you. Call me today, 319-360-6909.
This is Jordan Sekafetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue Crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire, at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Discover the exceptional value of dining at Kingston Steakhouse in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Enjoy aged USDA steaks, delicious seafood, and more in our spacious indoor seating areas. Are you planning a holiday party? Our state-of-the-art venue hosts 25 to 300 guests, featuring 2 full-service bars, a dance floor, and catering. Call us today at 319-536-7898 to book your party. Enjoy daily specials and 2-for-1 happy hour. Visit KingstonSteakhouseIA.com. Savor the experience at Kingston Steakhouse.
Now, back to University of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling.
Back in the Windy City for the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside wrapping things up for session number 3. Hawks sitting in 3rd place. Probably not going to get to 2nd. We're 20 points behind Nebraska. Penn State has 156.5. Nebraska 127. Iowa 107. Minnesota 103.5. So they're lurking there, trying to knock us out of that 3rd spot. Illinois is in 5th with 93.5. And then Ohio State with 90.5.
They got Gable Stevenson in the finals, too.
Yeah. They got
Von
Bauer, and then
Von Bauer's wrestling Ridge Lovett.
Yep, and then McAnally has got Starachi.
Well, he'll lose that. Gable will win, and I think Lovett will win, but
yeah.
I think the only one they're going to get is Gable, but that could be bonus too. So that could be 5 points.
I'm curious how that's going to go between him and Kirkfleet.
I think it'll be a major.
Think so?
Yeah. Depends on what Gable shows up. If Gable shows up and really wants to wrestle, major for sure. If Gable shows up and kind of like boys with Kirkley and just kind of like hanging out, do enough just to get by or whatever and trying to be kind of cool, regular decision. But if Gable Stevenson wanted a major Kirkley, he could. I just don't know if he wants to work hard enough to do that.
Hawks had some opportunities today. Kyle Parko, a 9-0 major decision. Patrick Kennedy gets taken down late in the third to lose 4-2. Gabe Arnold gets ridden out in the tiebreakers to lose 2-1. Ben Keeter gets a 2-0 win. Ja'Cory Teamer gets 7th place with an 8-3 win. And so we've got 2 guys that will be going for 5th, 2 guys that will be going for 3rd, and then 3 guys in the finals. We'll talk about those matchups when we come back. One final break for this session. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Session 3 wrapping up here at the Big Ten Championships. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside looking ahead to our finals and 3rd and 5th place matchups. Drake Ayala at 133 will be taking on the number 2 seed Lucas Bird of Illinois. That was 4-2 in the dual meet this year. Kyle Parko will wrestle for 3rd against Shane Van Ness of Penn State. Has lost to him 3 times before, 17-6 this year, and then 7-2 and 5-1 before that. At 165, Mikey Caliendo in the finals against number 1 Mitchell Messenbrink. Got teched by him 19-4 this year. Last year lost to him 17-9, 23-7, and 12-6. At 174, 5th place, Patrick Kennedy will take on the number 12 seed Branson John of Maryland. Teched him 22-6 in the duel and 22-5 in this tournament. At 184, Gabe Arnold will wrestle for 5th against Silas Allred of Nebraska. Lost by a score of 4-1 in sudden victory. Stephen Buchanan in the finals at 197 will take on number 3 Jacob Cardenas of Michigan. They wrestled last year at the NCAA Championship when Buchanan was at Oklahoma and Cardenas was at Cornell. Buchanan winning that one by a score of 9-4. And Ben Keeter will wrestle for 3rd against the number 3 seed Josh Heinzelman of Michigan. He is a grad student, came over from Oklahoma, former teammate of Buchanan. Those two have never wrestled before. All of that action will get underway at 4:30 this afternoon. We're going to sign off for now, rest our voices for a couple hours. We'll be back with the first, third, and fifth place bouts for each of those weights to wrap things up for the 2025 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Until then, this is Stephen Grace. You've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with a Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Also brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. And by U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. This is AM 800 KXIC Iowa City. Free never sounded so good.
We're doing it again. That's right, it's time for a Push Pull or Drag sale. Hi, it's Forrest Brown from the Browns family of dealerships. Push Pull or Drag is our most popular sales event, and I always get asked how it is so successful. I just explained we try to make things easy, straightforward, and fun. Now till the end of March, we'll give you